Hi lovies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Malinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much. All right, lovelies, let's dive into this video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this Arabian Palestinian guy decided to come for a black woman for simply expressing herself on how she feels about all the whole thing going around on the social media of late. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Food for thought. Black people don't owe you our activism. You're used to black people fighting for everyone's humanity, despite the fact that almost no one fights for ours, but you are not entitled to our energy, our organizing, our creativity, our voice, or our vote. Chattel slavery is over, and we do not jump on command.
We don't jump on command. I actually wish y'all actually had that same energy for the Democratic Party when holding them accountable, not just for the genocide, but for increasing funding for police, where we got killed more in 2023 with the Biden administration. Number two, wow, could you imagine being a person in Gaza that our taxes have gone to starve right now, and seeing that video of her making food with clean water and all of that stuff, saying they're not entitled to our activism that our taxes are paying for, no matter what color you are? Like, y'all are absolutely sick. And then there's a whole bunch of anti-Arab racism. I didn't even want to make this video, but one of my mutuals, Kaylin or whatever her name is, she reposted that, and she's been helping families in Gaza. So how do you think the families in Gaza would feel if they saw that video that you reposted? Like, are y'all even thinking right now? Like, y'all are on a hate train and becoming literal Nazis for hating on people going through a genocide because y'all can't take criticism for the people that you're voting for.
You're not wrong in anything you said. You're not wrong at all. My only critique that I have, and this is specifically to black people who are part of the pro-Palestinian movement, and they're against the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, which again, you have a right to. It's just the lack of energy I'm noticing on y'all accounts towards the anti-blackness. Like, you're right to call out the anti-Arabic comments and anti-Palestinian comments. You're right. Black people shouldn't be liking comments like that. They should be leaving them on their videos. But I've seen plenty of Palestinian creators on this app who let Palestinians, non-black Palestinians, in their comment sections say some of the most anti-black stuff I haven't seen since the 2020 BLM riots. And no one's talking about it. When I say no one, I mean black pro-Palestinian creators. None of y'all talking about it. Like, none of y'all. I went through your page, brother. I didn't see you address any of the anti-black comments towards Tory, who simply said, oh, you want me to take the watermelon out of my bio? Okay. That's all she said. That's all she said. And she's had people, non-black, harass the hell out of her for weeks for it. And that's not cool. Hell, black women in general are literally telling you, hey, can we put ourselves first? We're putting ourselves first. And you guys are gaslighting them, calling them all types of evil. They support babies getting unalive. Are we being for real right now? And then you guys are tokenizing George Floyd. George Floyd had a moral in Palestine. That means every single Palestinian loves black people. Even people in Palestine know not all of them love black people. So what was the point you guys are making with that? I don't know, man. You have every single right to call out anti-Arabic hate and this, that, and third, because it's disgusting. I agree. But the energy's not the same, especially you being black yourself. The fact that most of y'all pro-Palestinian supporters who are black, and the lack of calling out anti-blackness, is very frustrating to see, and it's annoying. It's super annoying. And then when people of color or black people in general are asking you guys to call it out, you guys minimize it and say, oh, well, three TikTok creators don't represent an entire movement. Well, guess what? A couple black creators don't represent the entire race either. A couple black creators don't represent the fact that you think we all hate Arabic people. Like it's the same thing, bro. Arabic people, people in Palestine are not a monolith, just like black people are not a monolith. It goes both ways, bro. Y'all just not calling out the anti-blackness because y'all don't care about anti-blackness. Y'all not calling it out because y'all don't take it serious, bro. Didn't Sonia Massey just get unalive in her crib for talking about God, bro? Come on, man. Like, this is ridiculous.
This is a bad video because it's very racist. It's racist because you're talking about a group of people who are being constantly harassed in a way that no other marginalized group is being harassed about this particular topic. And it is very weird that this is being the thing because it only started happening after a black woman became the presidential nominee. And the reason why that's important is because she's also being criticized, not for actual things she's done and said, but sometimes that, but mostly just for being black and being a woman. I'm seeing big content creators call her a token hire. I'm seeing people talk about how she's only now recognizing her blackness. And it's not just people on the right, it's people on the left. People are calling her a cop for being a government employee in a way that is ridiculous, considering that there have been other presidents who have been lawyers too, but they haven't been called cops. One of the big failings of people on TikTok is the understanding or lack thereof of what activism is, because people think that going on TikTok talking about current events is somehow activism. You aren't actually doing the work by just mentioning that something happened in Gaza. You're doing the work if you're out there protesting, if you're actually out there building coalitions, if you're actually out there fundraising and sending that money to people over there. Doing the work is a lot more than just being on TikTok making a 5-minute video calling black people Nazis. The big fundamental problem is that no one from these communities are actually calling in the people who are engaging in anti-blackness. Hence, it's leading to a withdrawal from people in the black community. If you want to stop that, then maybe some of the big figureheads on TikTok could actually say something about the anti-blackness in a meaningful way. But until you guys actually focus on that instead of the other collateral damage as a direct result of being insulted and targeted and harassed for over almost a month now, really, it's gonna keep happening and you're gonna keep losing support, and it's going to be your guys' fault that people in Palestine suffer, because you guys are the ones that are leading to people pulling out. Calling a black person a Nazi, calling black people sick for saying that they need to be protected and that they don't deserve to be harassed and that they don't owe anybody anything is actually a bad thing to do. And you're a bad person if you think that this is a good way to build coalition, to build solidarity. Those terms aren't just fun terms to point out whenever you want to win an argument. They're terms that mean something to people who actually care about activism, who actually care about taking care of other people and mutual aid. You guys can't just bandy about these terms without actually engaging in them meaningfully. So until you guys do, maybe you should stop talking about things online in political spaces, in activist spaces, if you're not going to actually live by the things you're talking about. If you know theory, that's cool, but empathy matters a whole lot more.
Those people around. A lot of them were protesting Cop City in Atlanta. I myself was saying, I'm not too sure that I'm going to be throwing out my vote for the Democratic Party because they've done nothing that I would like to see them do the entire election process. But you know what's funny about this is that's not the conversation here. The conversation is about anti-blackness. And I know a lot of times we don't really focus on anti-blackness in the Arab community. We focus on anti-blackness in the Spanish community and in the Asian. But when black people said, hey, you know what? We got to have a little bit of self-preservation. Now that Joe has stepped down and we got somebody new, we can at least throw her some of our support. The Arab community lost their collective mind. And when they lost their mind, they didn't go after anybody else. They lashed out at black people because for whatever reason, black people are always the fucking target. And the plethora of Palestinian supporting creators who have shown their absolute disdain for black people because they're not getting what they want from black people at the moment is funny because y'all have said nothing about those individuals. Not a word. But every single video when it comes up about this whole rift between the Arab American or Palestinian American community or the Palestinian support versus the African American community, the individuals y'all make to be out the villain are those of the African American community. Even your page, sir, you said not a single thing about Rosal, Mia, Maya, Lean, Essa, any of them motherfuckers. But you made sure to point a finger towards black people. That's nuts.
I really need biracial people to stay in biracial people's place, okay? And stay out of black people's business. Because black people, you talking about genocide, we've been through genocide and we've never been out of it. Whether it's on the street or in the hospital, black people are still being murdered for absolutely no reason. We still live in a country that thrives off of our oppression, and you want to stitch a black person's video and talk about how it's distasteful. The only thing I do agree with is voting for a Democrat just because she's a black woman. That's the only thing. But other than that, y'all really need to stay out of our business. Stay out of our business. I don't care. I'm over it. I wonder, when have a Palestinian ever sat there and went out of their way to make sure that black rights, and I mean, not only just went out their way, but made sure that they held all of their Palestinian brothers and sisters to a standard to make sure that they also were on the sides of black people. I'll wait.
Something I do want to say, because I've heard just about every argument about this election that could possibly be had on this app. If you're one of the people talking about not voting, I hope you're also one of those people talking about homesteading or community building or anything that could actually help us in the future, because you don't have to vote, but you do have to understand that simply not doing anything does not help any of the situations we sit here and complain. And I've said before, I don't really agree with anybody on this app. I don't think voting for Kamala is going to fix anything. I don't think voting for Trump is going to fix anything. I don't think we're going to see resolution until we stand up and make it for ourselves. But I haven't seen a single person really flesh out and have that conversation. I haven't seen anybody say, okay, so this is how we need to get organized and start voting with our dollars if you don't want to vote at the ballot box. Because I'm open to anything, really. We all have a right to our own opinion, and we all have a right to vote or not vote in this election how we choose to. But if we all want the same thing, which is a better America, and I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, we all want that, then we should be having the right discussion.
That was an incredible reach and completely missed her entire point, but nonetheless, that's not what I want to talk about. I've noticed that people will use the victims in Gaza as a gotcha moment and tokenize them in order to prove a point and in order to silence black women or black people on this app because they disagree with them. It's extremely disgusting that you and other people do this. The people in Gaza don't actually care what people on TikTok are saying, especially some random black woman on TikTok is saying. Definitely when she's not spewing any type of hatred towards them, but just expressing her feelings about feeling overworked as a black woman within movements, right? They don't actually care, just like they don't care what you have to say currently right then and there. Because guess what? They're not watching TikTok. They have better things to do, more important things to do. Like, I don't know, surviving a genocide. They're not worried about what's going on TikTok. They don't really care because they are victims of genocide. And when you're victims of genocide or war, you don't care what people are saying on TikTok. You're just trying to survive. So to use them as a gotcha moment and to tokenize them to try to silence a black woman is a very unfortunate thing to do. And I don't think that's exactly a revolutionary thing to do either, or very pro anyone to do. It's just overall stupid and weird.
Like, seriously, lovelies, that means people cannot even express themselves anymore. People cannot express the way at which they feel, at the way all of this thing has been showing up on social media, all over social media. So this, black lady took to her platform to yell about how frustrating it is to be someone that looks like me, and you keep on, doing everything in your power to actually help, some particular set of people. Like, you keep on helping them. The more you help them, the more they keep on dragging you, and the more they keep on questioning all of your efforts to actually, speak out on their behalf. So she decided to make this video talking about how frustrating it can actually be. How, nobody cares about how you feel personally. Nobody want to know. Everybody just wants you to keep on, giving, helping, even in your own detriment, just keep on helping. You don't have to speak up. You don't even have to, talk about what about me. You just have to so she decided to just make this video. This Arabian, call him a Palestinian man, decided to okay, talking about how she posts such a video, why people in the Palestinian people watching, people in the Palestine watching her, making such a video and all of that. And this brought me to a question why is it always, black people that you have to do that, you have to do this? When these people were actually advocating for the said power people, where was the energy? Where were they when they were advocating for the said power people? Where was the encouragement? Where was the, oh, thank you so much for everything you guys have done? No, it wasn't there, because they see it as, they're right. They see it as, you guys are ought to do that. You guys are ought to speak for us. You guys are ought to do anything for us. In the said video, there was stage before he staged and staged it. I did not actually say, something that is upsetting there. The only thing I saw is a woman that is so frustrating, seeing everything that has been going all over social media, then trying to pour out her mind, why is this still happening to us? Even if we were still the people that undergo stuff like this, even if we are still undergoing things, we are still undergoing oppression up to today, why are we still the ones to be blamed? This is the only thing I saw in that video. But what he saw in the said video is she is mocking, like a mockery, he saw that she is mocking people that is undergoing some sort of suffering and all of that. What is all these things? I don't get it. Talking of which, you are here, making it feel as if the said woman is the bad person, but there are some people that looks like her who is still undergoing the same thing that people who actually looks like you is undergoing, but no one is talking about it. No one is advocating for them. No one is speaking up for them. There is no influencer, no, anyone that is speaking for people that is in Congo. Nobody is giving same energy to people. That means if you feel that she is actually making people in, then what happens to Congo? Because people that looks like her is actually facing the same predicament as that of people in Palestine. So what are you saying? They make it look as if they are the only ones in these shoes, because they are the only ones in these shoes. Any other person that is in the same kind of shoe, should just enjoy it. It's normal for you to be in that shoe, but when it's our own turn, then everybody needs to speak about it. Who is speaking for the people that is living in Congo? Who is out here to talk about him? Who is speaking for them? Who? You seriously, Sudan, there are a lot of genocide happening. What makes you think that your own is the one that everyone should actually concentrate on and forget about every other person? No, that life shouldn't be that way. If we are to fight for power, we should be able to fight for every other, country that is overgoing this genocide. Yours shouldn't be special. Seriously, let's just call a spade a spade. People are suffering all over the world. I know suffering differs. There are levels to it, but at least the same way at which, why is no one talking about Congo? If you are coming for her because, she has a clean water, she's eating, there are people in Congo that does not have a clean water. They don't even have a place to sleep. They are suffering. They are living for the next day. The same thing applicable to Sudan. The same thing applicable to every other place. oh my goodness, this world is just so big for for all of us to cohabitate. There's no point, coming for each other, trying to make, you are so special, the other person is not special. The same, like, you yourself, you are also comfortably sitting on your couch with a clean water as well, with food. But there is people in Congo who does not have such privilege. So, what are you trying to say? People that looks like her are also undergoing the same predicament in Congo and Sudan. So, like, seriously, when I saw this video, I understand that at this point, it's as if everyone is just confused. Everyone is just, they don't know what to do. A is not good, B is not good, C is just, oh my God. So what do you want people to do at this point? What? Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please subscribe if you're here to do that, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. If you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all your love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.